Hope you're well. This week's video I'm going to I'm going to title it something along the lines of 3 things I would like to give up before I'm 60. I'm 60 next year. I hope you can hear me through this wind. And first of all, I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers. Because the second last video that I uploaded, the one, I'm 59, here's why I avoid people. A lot of people misunderstood that video. I don't hate people. I just prefer my own company. I've had a few people leave some nasty comments. Well, I've deleted those. And one particular guy, this is quite funny, he emailed me and he said something like, I hope you don't mind me emailing you. I didn't want to embarrass you by leaving a comment, a public comment. Okay. But why do you dye your beard? Do you dye your beard to make yourself look older? Why? Why? I do not dye my beard. This is the colour it grows out of my face. Anyway, I thought that was quite amusing. So number 1 on my list of the 3 things I'd like to give up before I'm 60 is procrastinating. I'm a terrible procrastinator. I get all these ideas in my head, whether it's chores, projects, repairs that I need to do. I go and buy the parts and things to do it, and I never ever get round to it. Well, I do get round to it eventually, but I'm bad, really bad for that. Whether I'm just lazy, whether I've just not got the motivation, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I really need to stop it. I need to get things done. So, a wee bit more willpower and stop the procrastinating. Get it done. And normally it's little jobs that I enjoy doing. I just keep putting it off to the last minute. I'm terrible. Terrible. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm shouting, but it's really quite windy. And I'm cycling against the headwind. Number 2 on the list. This is going to sound ridiculous. Is sugar. Sugar in the form of chocolate. Oh. Now I read somewhere that sugar is more addictive, 8 times more addictive than cocaine. I've never tried cocaine either. But holy moly. I think the most, I've tried over the years to stop eating chocolate in particular. I think the most I've gone is maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, which is terrible, really. I just got a terrible, terrible sweet tooth. And it's something that I need to stop or it's going to kill me, I know it is. Oh, something's going to kill us. But sugar's going to kill me. Or chocolate, shall I say. I tried having like 90% dark chocolate. And I quite like it. You know, a couple of these squares. My weakness is after my evening meal, I always have a craving for something sweet. So I'm determined by the time I get to 60, I'll be off of it. I'm going to try and wean myself off of it rather than just going cold turkey. I think that's the way. I don't know. I actually thought about getting hypnotherapy, would you believe? But aye, that's the biggest thing I think for me. Health-wise anyway. I know it's killing me, I know it is. I finally get round to putting a little clamp on the bike for the camera. So I'm hands-free today. It's a lot better. Well, my son will be glad today. I've got my helmet on. He's always nipping my head for not having my helmet on. So I've got my helmet on, son, alright? You happy now? Why? Right, so number 3, and the final thing that I would like to quit before I am 60 is work. Now, these are things I would like to quit. I'm not saying that I'll be able to, but I'd love to just maybe cut back on my hours, not stress as much about work, try and be a bit more minimalistic, you know, with things, get rid of got a lot of clutter in my life I need to get rid of. As I'm getting older, I feel that I just don't need these things. I just don't need them. So I think if I cut my hours back, maybe just worked 3 days a week instead of 5, and be a bit more frugal, I think I'd be happier. You know, spend more time doing things that I enjoy, going out on the bike, taking the dog a walk, going away in the van. Because you just don't know, do you? I know, I say this all the time. And I'm not being morbid, I'm just being a realist. Especially what happened with Susan all those years ago with cancer and whatnot. You got to savour it. You got to savour every minute. And it's easy to become complacent and take it for granted. Take life for granted. Take your well-being and your health for granted. I think we all do that to some point, some degree. But anyway, aye, I quite like to cut my hours back at work. So that's procrastinating, sugar, and work. Really, that's it. Nothing exciting. Well, that'll be the end of this week's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've taken something from it. Maybe it's inspired you to give something up before you hit a certain age. Maybe it's drinking, smoking, whatever. Or maybe it's inspired you to maybe start something before you hit a certain age. You know, maybe you want to start cycling, swimming, weight training, yoga, meditation, I don't know. But let me know. Drop a comment, let me know what you're thinking. I do read everybody's comments. I might not respond to them all, but I do try. Up until that last video, the one that got all those views, I was answering everybody's comment. But that last video got over 1,000 comments, and I just kind of physically can't keep up with that. I do apologise. So if you see a wee little red heart next to your comment, it means I've read it. But YouTube has a bad habit of not notifying you about every single comment. So if I've missed a comment, I do apologise. I've not ignored you. Unless you've been an arsehole to me, unless you've left. I don't mind negative comments. But when it's a personal attack on me, I won't answer you. But anyway, hopefully see you next time. So take care of yourself.